Oh, hello there, you lovely lot. Welcome back to another fantastic show here on Crafters TV. You know when some shows you just get that feeling before the show that it's going to be a really, really good one, like a really funny one. I just witnessed Debbie Fisher running across the car park dressed in a bin bag to try and get something out of her car. She is here with me. Debbie, how are you?
Well, I'm dry. I literally went to go and get something out of my car. I thought, I opened the door and it is teeming it down here. So I literally thought, I haven't got a brolly, I haven't got a coat, there's a bin bag. So I literally put the bin bag completely over me and then just got a little hole out, ran to my car, got my stuff, come back, and I was dry. So it worked.
Excellent. This, of course, is a craft along, which is amazing because it means we're all going to get the opportunity to craft along together at the same time, which is brilliant, with one of our most recent launches, and it's one that I know you guys absolutely adored when we launched it. It is, of course, the Scenes of Light that we're going to be looking at. Now, if you missed out on it, you didn't get it, I know what you're thinking, you're panicking. Don't panic, because you've got the opportunity to get hold of it today in this show, and then you'll be able to watch this show back any time you like. But talking of craft alongs then, Debbie, what are we going to be making and what do we need? It's not too late, is it, if people still want to join us?
Oh, absolutely not. And you don't have to have these exact dies. You might have a different set. You might have slightly different edgeables. The point of the craft alongs is that you can relax, you can have a cup of tea, you can craft along at your pace. And I say your pace because we do recap each section. We do go back to Joe so we can have a little bit of a break in between and you can catch up. And also, don't forget that you can save the show, bookmark it, and you can watch it back whenever you want to and pause it to wherever you want it, which is what I love about the craft alongs. So nothing is too difficult, no question is unanswerable, so please ask Joe, put anything in the comments that you need to know. But what we are going to be doing, we're going to be making this beautiful card from start to finish. I've not got any finished pieces. You'll see the front of it, and then on the inside we've got that gorgeous pop out where we're going to be using embossing folders, we're going to be using gold cardstock, we're going to be doing a bit of heat embossing, but here we go, we're going to be showing you exactly what you need to be able to create this card. So coming up for the craft along, we have some really good products. Now remember, if you don't have some of these things, you can use alternatives. So we're going to be using the Scenes of Light collection, which is the Nativity of Light stamp and die set. You'll need your big score or a scoreboard, so you can make do with any scoreboard. You need some black cardstock, we need some luxury gold cardstock, and we're going to have tacky glue and red liner tape. You're then going to need a Summer Sunset paper pad. This works really well, but if you haven't got it, like I say, alternative. A Gemini embossing folder. Now I've used the Set in Stones. I do believe you can still get it on the website, but if you can't, you can use any one that you've got. There's some great ones that we've had before, like with sand in the back and any texture, so you can use that. We're going to be using King Gold and a vellum, our Garden of Love vellum pack. Then what you're going to need is, on top of that, you're going to need your, I have actually not got my Midas ink pad, but if you, I'm very sorry. So you can use your Midas ink pad in gold, or you can use, like me, I'm going to use my pigment ink pad, and I'm going to actually emboss it with a gold embossing powder, a heat gun, and anti-static bag. So, but the choice is yours. It's only because I like to sort of use the stuff that I've got in my stash. So I'm going to get all my ready, and we've got someone crafting along, haven't we, Joe?
Oh, we do have indeed. I'm going to run you through the deal because, as I said, it's not too late for you to still get your hands on this. These are the kind of amazing projects that this will create for you, which is brilliant, and they do make an absolute beautiful scene, as you can see here, so dimensional, and they come to you with a whole host of different themes. So let me just run you through what it is that you actually get in this main collection. So you are able, you're in a fortunate position that we've been able to bring you all of the same designs that we did when we launched this, which is fantastic. So this is your Nativity of Light that you can see just here. That one is absolutely beautiful. You'll also receive in here as well this one, which is your Fairies of Light. Do you believe in fairies, Debbie?
Absolutely.
Me too. We've also then got in here for you as well, this one is the Wise Men of Light that you can see here. Only available, this one, through us here at Crafters Companion and Crafters TV, so make sure you snap that one up. We've then also got this one here, which is your Rooftops of Light, that wonderful Santa scene there. And finally as well, you'll get the Village of Light included too. You get absolutely all 5 of them. 54.37 or 63.84 for platinum members. All of you getting some sort of club inspired discount within there as well, which is brilliant. So do make sure you snap those up. Lots of you tuning in and saying hello. Elizabeth's in Texas. I can see Lynn here. Becca's in California. We've also got Melanie in Florida. Amira's in Idaho. Wanda's in New York. I can see Sue in London. And also Nice25 US. Good morning again from Arizona. Sue McGuire says it's from a sunny London. We're in the northeast and it's not sunny here. I tell you where it is sunny though, by the looks of it. It's always sunny at Maxine's house. Maxine, have you got some sort of Bedfordshire microclimate on the go or something? Because it's always sunny whenever I say hello to you and it's always pouring down here.
It's always too hot when I'm on the telly with you.
You should come up to the studio here. Honestly, it's never too hot here in the studio. How are you, Maxine? I'm so glad that you come on to join us again. It was such a pleasure last time.
I'm fine, thank you. Really looking forward to it again. And it was nice that I had a day off today as well, so that I could do it.
Oh.
So last week I was in isolation. This week I'm on holiday.
I bet, mind you, actually, I guess isolation, but plenty of time to craft then, does that mean?
Well, it should have been, but I must admit, having my son ill because he has Crohn's disease and it was pretty bad with the COVID, it was more of a worry, so I just couldn't really get my head into crafting that much until like the end, which was why I was on Friday. So.
Well, I'm glad everyone's on the mend now. I'm glad that you're back here to do some crafting, and the sun is still shining there. I'm with Debbie's in the studio today, and you two must be crafty neighbours by the sounds of it.
I know. I didn't know you were in Bedfordshire. Whereabouts in Bedfordshire? Hi, Maxine.
Hi, Debbie. I'm in Leighton Buzzard.
Oh, so you're not far from me at all then.
No, because apparently you've just moved to Bedford.
I have. I'm actually in Bedford. So, so just up the road. Yeah.
There you are.
Yeah, and just up the road from Ben, the other side as well.
That's it. Yes, that's where Ben lives. Although he won't be there for much longer. He's moving up here to up
where we were going with that.
Oh, is he? I see.
Seems that Bedfordshire now then is the crafting capital of the UK, Maxine. Maxine, have you got all your bits and bobs gathered? Are you sort of ready to get some serious crafting going?
I am, yes. I'm looking forward to it.
Right, well, I'll drop in on you as we go through the show, then see how it comes along. So sunny. It's always sunny at Maxine's house, every time she joins us. Now, let's see how everyone's getting on. Jen M says it's an epic card. Can't wait to create that. Lynn Harvey says, hi, Maxine, as well. Lovely to see you crafting along. We need to get Lynn on a show, don't we?
We do,
We haven't had Lynn on the show. Lynn, do you fancy coming on one of our craft-alongs? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. Right, I reckon then, Debbie, judging by the comments, everyone is pretty much tickety-boo and ready to go if you are.
Ready to go. Well, I'm definitely ready to go. I love the craft-alongs. Let's just put ourselves at ease. Let's just start from the beginning. And literally, I have nothing. Literally, I have just the cardstock to craft along with you. So I absolutely love that. It can be a little bit fearful, I'm not going to lie. My measurements can go a bit ski-whiff, but I'm not going to lie. We'll get there, won't we, Joe?
We will indeed.
So I've got my list in front of me telling me exactly what to do. But as you know from past experiences, that can be wrong, you know. So let's go for it.
I should say as well, Debbie, just before you get going, if you've got any questions at any point, anything you miss, anything you need recapping, then I am here for you. And you can get in touch with me. Crafters TV over on Facebook, Crafters Companion across on YouTube. Let me know if there's anything you miss or you need recapping, and I will pop those questions across to Debbie.
Yeah, absolutely. And please ask away. Do not, you know, if you need me to pause or stop and take a break because you need to catch up, just let Joe know, because we can absolutely do that. We have got 2 hours where we're just going to be doing this project, which is going to be amazing. Now, I'm starting with a 12-inch square piece of card. If you do only have our black cardstock, which is an A4 size, all you need to do is to halve that and then quarter it, because it's super easy. I'm just doing it so measurements are easier to follow. So using the 12 by 12, I have 2 pieces. So I've put both pieces in together, and I'm going to, in fact, let's do them one by one, because we're going to do it as slow as possible so everyone can carry on. So what we need is oh no, you can keep that in. We're going to cut our 12 inches to 6 inches. So hold it on the 6-inch one, and we're just going to cut that off. So that, in respect, is our first card blank. And then my other one is already at that 6-inch mark because I've cut it half and half. But like I say, if you're going, and in fact I'm going to do it, Joe, just in case people are doing it with just the A4 cardstock. So if you're using A4 cardstock, you just need to cut that to 6 inches. So let me just trim that one down, making sure that's straight, and trim that down. And then I'm going to take another piece and then just trim that. So now I don't want to confuse anyone, so I'm going to just recap on why I've done that, because it wasn't till after I'd done my project, because I did want a 6x6 card blank. But if you've only got A4 cardstock, you can still follow along doing exactly the same. So A4 and cut into 6 inches going across, and you need 2 pieces of those. So we're going to pop our guillotine to one side, and then we're going to take our scoreboard. Now I've got the big score, but you can just use a normal scoreboard. Any scoreboard is fine. And then with our pieces of card, now if you have the A4 pieces of card, what you do want to do is you want to score just 1 increment before your 6 inches, okay? And that will put your card in half. But I'm using the 6x6, so I'm going to come in, put that down, just need my scoring tool, and then we're going to score at 6 inches. So coming down, scoring at the 6-inch mark. And then we're going to do exactly the same on the next piece. So remember, we've got 2 pieces. So coming down and scoring that at 6 inches. It's just easier to keep all those ones. Now with this piece that we've still got on there, I'm going to come in and score at 3 inches. So 3 inches, 6 inches, and then 9 inches. Okay. Now, if you have got your A4 cardstock, let's just work that out for you. So we're going to come in then at just the 1 increment before the 6, so 5 7/8 of an inch, and then we're going to count up. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So just before. So we're going to go 1 before the 9, and then we're going to go 1 before the 3. So that will put your increments on if you are using your A4 cardstock. So once we've done that, we're going to then burnish and fold. Now the one where you've got the 3 lines, we're going to fold up in the middle. So fold that in half, make sure that's straight on each side, and then just give that a burnish. And then we're going to fold this back on itself. So using black card, you can't see it very well. So you've got that folded in half, and then we're going to fold that back and burnish that one down, just making sure that's in line. Hold that down and burnish. I'm going to turn it upside down and fold that back again and burnish that part down. So that will allow us to have that pop-up centre part. And then your other piece of card, we're just going to fold that in half on that scored line. So fold that down, and that is your card base. And this one will go inside. So nice and simple to get those card measurements and have that inside part that opens up on there. Okay. Now, do you want me to recap on that, Joe?
Yes, please. I think that'd be great.
Absolutely. Right. So what we're going to do is take our piece of card. Let's go from our piece of card again, and then bring in our guillotine. So you're going to take your piece of card and cut it down, so 12 inches or an A4 in size. And then you're going to trim that down to 6 inches. And you're going to do that twice, so you'll have 2 pieces of card. Then what you're going to do is take your scoreboard, you're going to bring that in, and we're going to score. So if it's your 6-inch piece of card, I'm going to go back to just using the 6 inches so we don't confuse anybody at all. Once you've done that, you go on to your 6 inches, and that will become your card blank. So you fold that in half, and that's your card blank. And then I'm going to use this one, and we're going to come in at 3 inches, bring this down. So you're going to go 3 inches, 6 inches, and 9 inches. So you've got your 4 quarters there. Let's pop that one to the side. And then with this one, you always fold up in the middle. So this one will be your mountain fold. And then you've got your valley fold there. and your other valley fold on the opposite side. So you get that piece there that pops out and will go inside your card.
Awesome.
Okay, so nice and simple.
Brilliant.
So we should all be up to that size. So let me bring all my scrap pieces out of the way.
You've got 2 pieces now, the same size, just with different score marks in them.
Yep, so same score line in the centre, but all we've done is put the score at 3 inches and 6 inches on either side. So that's actually created our whole card that we need. Okay, so we all good? So what we're going to do now is put this piece to the side, because this is our main card. Once we've finished the inside, then we can decorate this and pop our pop-out piece inside. So pop that to the side, and we're going to be working onto here. So there we go. Now this time what we're going to do is bring in our dies. Oh, throwing it about there, Joan. So you've got your sentiments in here. So we've got all is calm, all is bright, or silent night, holy night. They're really lovely sentiments in these packs, aren't they, Joe?
Yeah, and you've got different ones in each one of the collections, haven't you, which is nice.
Yeah, absolutely. So on this bit, we're going to put our archway. I love this archway, it's so pretty. And remember, with each pack, you are getting a different shape, so you can mix and match your shapes. So if you want your archway to go with the fairy one, you can do that. If you want your, your fairy one to go with this one, you can just mix and match them throughout and use these as your little windows. And in fact, looking at this, if you made a little box, you could cut these through each window and make a little box all the way around, which would look super cute. So let's bring in some red liner tape, and we're just going to tape this first one down. It doesn't matter where you put them. What I do want to do, and I'm going to bring this in, I want to use this star and I want to place it on the top. So a good way to be able to know that you've got that in the right place, I'm going to bring it just a little bit lower so I know that I can put my star there. I'm not going to cut my star in, I'll cut it out and put it on, but I just want to make sure it fits within there so we don't have our star sort of up there. So I'm just going to tape that across the middle section, making sure that's all. And in fact, I see what I'm going to do, Joe. I'm just going to bring this and put it down here, just to make sure we keep those in line. So if you are new to crafting and crafting along, you will hopefully have a die cutting machine. I'm using the Gemini. We've got the large machine because I've got a large card. You're going to place that onto your cutting platform. We're then going to use our plastic shim, our magnetic sheet, and then our top cutting plate. And then we're going to run that through. So nice and simple. Excellent.
Lots of you chatting away. As I said, any questions, anything you need to recapping, let me know. Sandra says it's not raining at Teesside Airport and it's nice and sunny there apparently. It's only up the road. Aisha says she's got her large guillotine and is loving it. Rhonda's really excited for this project as well. Lynn's come back. She says, Joe, I've thought about it, but we need to pluck up the courage. We're very gentle. We're a very friendly bunch, Lynn.
Yeah, very, very friendly. I do love it when people come into the studio or even online, because it's no different. Honestly, none of us are any different. It's so nice that we have other people that join us and have the passion that we do for their crafts. So we're going to do exactly the same step, but now we're going to move it along. So you can see that one's cut out beautifully. We're going to move that along and I'm going to put it in exactly the same place. So just lining that up with the other side as well, and then I'm going to bring that down and the other one and hold them into place, and then we're going to run those through. And there we are. So nice and easy. I would recommend low-tack tape because it will just keep those lines in place and make sure they don't shift when they're going through. So once they're done, we can then take our smaller dies and then we can start die cutting them into those pieces as well. So leave them intact, because what we do want to do is cut out the shapes into the arches. So bring in my tape off again, which seems to get stickier every time. A good little tip though, if your tape is a bit sticky, before you put it down, just either put it onto your skin or onto your clothing, and it will just take some of the fibres off your skin, or your clothing will take the stickiness off. So just taking that one, there we go. So we've got our 2 little arches there, looking fabulous. Looking at that, Joe, I was just thinking, wouldn't that be cool, like for Christmas? Remember you used to do like little stage shows? You could bring that down and have like a little pop-out stage, couldn't you?
I wonder what would be on your stage, Debbie.
I don't know. When I used to be little, I used to play with my Cindy dolls. I never had Barbie. Barbie was always more expensive than Cindy.
Right.
So I always used to think it was a cheaper version of Barbie.
Oh. I wonder if is Cindy still a thing?
I don't know if Cindy's about anymore. I don't think she is. No. I got a feeling, I'm sure people will let us know, but I have this feeling that there was a bit of a rivalry
Between Cindy and Barbie?
Cindy and Barbie, yeah. So, yeah, quite possibly. I'm going to do this one at a time, Joe, just in case people are crafting along and I don't want them to make a mishap and it slips. So I'm just going to do one at a time. And again, bringing in that low tack tape, I'm just making sure that these go on those edges. Now, a nice little tip, when you look at your line coming down, you can slightly see the embossed detail going around the edges. All you need to do is go into that embossed detail at both ends and you'll know then that you'll get that complete straight line. So popping that over there and then we will run that through.
Barbie was American apparently and Cindy was the UK version.
Oh, so maybe that's why she was expensive. It's because
So
she comes from America.
From when, Johnny? Barbie started in 59 and Cindy started in 63.
And I was born in 69. So
is Cindy still going, Johnny? Cindy's still around.
Wow.
Barbie's 62. She looks cracking for 62.
She looks amazing, doesn't she?
Wonder if she's had any plastic surgery.
Oh, I love that. Oh dear.
Oh, too much. It's too much.
Right, so there's our first part. I mean, how amazing is that? Looks incredible. Then we're going to bring this and we're going to do the other one.
You can get lots of different Barbies now. They've even made a doll version of the vaccine designer, Professor Sarah Gilbert.
That's
so you
so
can get
funny.
vaccine designer
Wow.
Barbie. Yeah. Get
Wow,
all sorts.
I suppose we've had one of those years where, yeah, there's new people about.
I wonder if you can get a Barbie done of yourself. There must be like a service you can, you know, have yourself made into a Barbie.
Well, there are, yeah, but I don't know if that's Barbie. That's just people make dolls.
I'd be Bobby, not Barbie.
Bobby?
Bobby, yeah.
Who's Bobby?
Like the male Barbie. Oh, it's Ken, isn't it?
Ken,
Not Barbie.
yeah,
Sorry,
I
yeah.
who's Bobby?
You can what? You can. Well, you can't get a custom-made Barbie.
No, not
oh
Barbie.
no.
My girls had Barbies, and then they went on to Brats. Dolls called Brats.
I had Stretch Armstrong as a kid. I used to love that. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember Stretch Armstrong. Yeah, me and my brother used to have one.
Oh,
Like
so
I'd
much
pull
fun.
one way, he'd pull the other way, we'd try and break it. And the boxes, do you remember the boxes in the rings? Like you push the button.
Oh yeah, no, the
like,
arms would go. Yeah.
it was so good.
Loved it. Loved it.
I don't know how we got on talking. Oh, the stage. So we used to make stages and then do sort of stage show. I bet you used to be on the stage, didn't you, Joe? I can imagine you used to, with your brother, do stage shows.
I used to do tap dancing.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you actually go tap dancing as well?
Yeah. Yeah. I did tap dancing.
love
I
that.
did everything as a kid. I did tap dancing, boxing. I went to acting classes for a bit. I played rugby. I get about 3 weeks in and I just get bored and then move on to the next thing. Fishing, I try. Also, you did it all. Yeah,
I did
it all.
majorettes.
Majorettes.
Majorettes, yeah.
Did you like perform in the local carnival?
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah. I still got a photo somewhere, yeah. Yeah, my little hat, I had a little hat and a purple little short dress thing. So, yeah. And do you know the one thing that I couldn't do, which I always wanted to do, I could never run the baton through my finger. Well, I could go in one way, but I couldn't do it on the way back. I used to have to be able to twirl it to and from, and I could never do it, do it. Yeah. Never do it. So what I'm doing now, sorry, talking about complete things that are not what we're doing, but what I'm doing is I'm reinforcing my score lines before I fold them. So I'm going back in at that 3 inches and at the 6 inch and the 9 inch, just because the dies are quite thin to where the lines are. So by reinforcing them, it just makes sure that it's constructurally sound. So I'm going to fold that in. So I'm going to use my fingers just to pinch that piece in because it's quite thin in the centre. But works really well once you put those score lines back in. And then I'm just going to gently, really gently, just make sure there we go. And that's folded perfectly well. And do exactly the same with these pieces and just really gently push those pieces together. So don't force it, because if you force it, it just won't go back in. It will just end up popping that piece out. And then again on the other side, just giving that a gentle squeeze and then running my scoring tool down the side. And that will then give you your perfect pop out with not having to worry about those where your folds have gone. Right, Joe, shall we stop there and just make sure that everybody has caught up to this part?
That was quite quick. That's the main sort of body of the card done and ready to go then, Debbie.
Yeah, absolutely.
How awesome.
Yes.
Sharon says, that plastic surgery joke has made my day. There you go. Charlotte wasn't impressed. Rosalind says, I like that they are now making Barbie dolls to show all body types. She's very inclusive these days, Barbie. Apparently there's a brand of dolls in the US called American Girl, and they will make a doll that looks like you for you. So you get yourself in a little thing.
I want one.
Have you seen there's like a company that you can like get a plush toy version of yourself as well?
No.
I know. Imagine.
No
How
way.
awesome would that be?
Here?
Sorry?
Here?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know if they only make them for famous people. You can get one done for yourself. I don't know. But yeah, you get like a plush toy version of yourself.
Wow.
How amazing would that be? Anyway, right. How are you all getting on at home? You doing okay? Good. If there's anything you need recapping, any questions you've got as we go through, then don't hesitate to drop into the comments and I will ask the lovely Debbie for you. I'll just run through the different types or options that you're going to get in here. They're not options if you're going for the whole collection, of course. You get this one here, which is that wonderful, this is your scenes, this one here is your Village of Light, is this one here. Then we've got this one here. Now this one is your Scenes of Light. This is the Nativity of Light that you've got just there. This one here with the Santa going over the rooftops is the Rooftops of Light. Then we've got this one. Now this one here is your Wise Men of Light. And you've also got that. That one is exclusive, by the way. And then we've also got this one here for you as well, which is your Fairies of Light. So they are the 5 different designs that you're getting. You get all the dies in there that you need. You get the sentiment stamps in that are going to help you curate those as well. So that's what you're receiving die and stamp wise too, which is excellent. $67.96 or $79.80 if you want to get the whole bundle. If you did want to go for them individually, they are available individually. £17 or $20 essentially. Any two for £32 or $38 is your price there on those as well. We've got some great ink pack bundles on the show for you too. Now you get 5 of our water reactive ink pads and also the watercolour card as well. And in here you can go for, this is a Sunrise collection, and within the Sunrise collection you'll get the, this in here you've got Chinese Red, Lemon Tonic, Orange, Honey Pot, Fuchsia, and then of course you've got the watercolour card. Or you can also go for the Twilight, and in here you've got Jet Black, Lagoon, Midnight, Misty Morning and Ocean Blue. The drawing gum, now you may have heard Debbie talking about the drawing gum in the wake up call a little earlier. This is in stock, which it really often isn't. So $4.99 or $6.99. If you've been waiting for that, a great day to grab some. Whilst we have got it there. Marilyn says, Joe, yellow is a good colour on you. You're looking handsome. Thanks, Marilyn. With these compliments, you do spoil me. That's 2 people that have said I look handsome, apparently, according to you. I've also got to take my glasses off as well. I can't see anything now. Sorry, Charlotte? Or what? Ooh. Oh, it sounded like, I think it was meant to be a good ooh, but it sounded like, it basically just sounded like Charlotte had seen a spider in the corner of the gallery, kind of, ooh. I used to not wear my glasses very often. I used to wear contact lenses quite a lot, and I stopped wearing them. Don't know why. Anyway, enough about me. Shush, Charlotte. Debbie says, Shaddai says, Debbie, 2 of my older cousins were in the Majorettes. They were brilliant. They were the leading dancers because they were so good. All right, Shaddai's rubbing it in there a bit, Debbie. bet they could twiddle both ways.
I bet they could.
Anyway, before we get ourselves in any more trouble, stop it, Debbie. Honestly. Should we go back to the? Should we go back to craft along? I think we should.
Really made me want a baton now. I might have to go and order myself a baton.
Should we get one?
I love it, like twirl and then go up over and catch and under my leg.
And you could do all that.
I could do all that.
You just couldn't twiddle both ways.
I just couldn't. Yeah, could never do it. I used to try and practice, just couldn't do it. Johnny's asking if I still got the outfit. No, it was probably about like 40 years ago.
Yeah, we need to get you the outfit and the baton. We could get you on Wake Up Call.
I wonder if I could still do it. Is it like riding a bike? You just never not learn.
No, I don't think twiddling a baton and riding a bike are in any way similar, to be honest.
So Becky, who works on the show, she was telling me, because I said I'm going to get myself a bike, Joe. So she was telling me, she said, well, don't believe what people say where you like never forget to ride a bike.
Really?
She was telling me that she got told that. Hadn't rode since she was a kid, got on a bike and crashed.
Oh no!
I was like, oh, I haven't rode a bike for years, so maybe I need
I
to
bought a bike,
practice.
as you'll know, Debbie, I bought a bike during lockdown one, because what else did you? We baked banana bread and we bought a bike. I went out on it 3 times, it's still sat at the house. It hasn't been used in so long, both tyres are now completely flat, even though Leanne's husband fixed the tyre once already for me. I think I've ridden it 3 times in, a year and a half now. I need to take it home and start riding it. Alison says, Joe, you look great either way, and sunshine looks good on you. Thank you, Alison. Right, anyway, enough about me. Should we get on with this craft along?
Yeah, let's get on with the craft along. Yes, that's what you're waiting for. So we've done that first step. So let's just have a quick recap. We've got a 6x6 card blank, and then we've got another 6x6 card blank. But what we've done with this one is folded it 3 inches in half, and we've done our die cutting. Now we're going to set these 2 pieces to the side, and then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to cut ourselves a 6-inch square piece of black card, so just 6 inches by 6 inches, okay? And then we're going to bring our scoreboard in, and we're going to score that at 3 inches. So there we go. So nice and simple. So this bit now is going to be for our middle section. So 6 inches, and we're going to score in half at 3 inches. Okay, so, and what I am going to do is we're going to put that score line into place and burnish. And the reason I always do that and keep burnishing and scoring after the die cuts as well is because we want to stretch those fibres, because when they're in the card we need them to open and close. So this time we're going to take our next die. So I'm going to just, in fact, while I'm just letting you catch up with that piece of card, we're going to just take out the pieces of these ones, because we are going to cut these. Have you left your die mucky, Debbie? I don't normally, Joe. I'm really good at taking my bits out, but we're going to use these again. So I'm just making sure when we're next ready to use them, they're all nice and clean. But luckily, the pieces fall out super good. So pop them into the bin, and then I'm going to take out this larger one. I love this one. I just think it's so nice to have that background. So all you need to do now is decide where you want to place this. So I'm going to turn it upside down. The fold would go downwards, because that's going to go in the inside part of your card. So if you think about, let me bring these 2 pieces in. This is the piece that's going to go in the background with this piece over the top. So when it all folds in lovely. So you're going to have this with the piece folding down. We're going to then place this on here, but I'm going to bring in this piece of card and place that across the centre, because that then just gives you an eye line of where that's going to go. So I want to sort of build up that sort of desert in the background. So I'm going to have that quite a bit high. So we're going to pop that to about there. I mean, it doesn't even have to be completely perfect, just anywhere that you feel like it's going to look nice in the background. And then again, bringing in some low-tack tape. And that's, this time it's going to cut out from one edge to the next edge, but not the bottom of your card. So we're going to pop that across the middle, so that's held in place. And then we're going to run that through our die cutting machine. So there we go. pop that in and run it through. So nice and easy, lots of die cutting today. I'm keeping it really simple with just a black and gold card. We're going to be using gilding wax, we're going to be using embossing powders and some gold mirror card as well. So it's quite a dramatic looking card. So taking that out, that's going to then create our top border. So you can see cut out beautifully. Take that away, give that a tap, take all the little pieces out, and that's ready to
Falls
go.
out of that die so easily, doesn't it?
So easy. Dies have come a long way, Joe. They're so much better than they ever used to be. And it means that, especially because we have machines such as the Gemini, we can now be really creative with our dies and have them just cut really tiny, intricate pieces. So to have all these tiny little windows cut out, they just look amazing. Right, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do our other panels. So I'm just going to check on here. We're going to cut next. I'll tell you actually what we're going to do, Joe. Let's do some embossing. So I'm going to bring in the embossing folder. So I've got this one here. Now I'm using that 6x6, the dry stone wall. Sorry, set in stone, but it came with the dry stone wall as well. These are the embossing folders that came with the aperture dies.
Yes.
So, and I'm pretty sure that you can still get them on the website.
If you didn't have that one, could you use any embossing folder, really?
You can use any one you want, yes. So I believe Sarah did a great one in the nautical one, which looked like sand dunes.
Oh, yes.
So that would look amazing on here. So that was the first one I picked up, but I was worried because it wasn't one that you might already have.
Yes.
Where I know that you can get this one, but if you do have that one, it looks absolutely great. So I'm going to bring this in, and from the upside of here, we're going to place this at the bottom. So just on the bottom where it can be touched, you see, because I thought this one would be great because it really looks like then you've got a stone wall with that city on the back there, the city of Bethlehem, or the town of Bethlehem. It's not a city, so I do apologise. So,
is it a town and not a city?
Well, it's called O Little Town of Bethlehem, isn't it?
Should we find out, Debbie?
I would just assume that, yeah.
I'm on it.
I'm just assuming by the song. Now, because it's a 2D folder, it means that I only need my top and bottom plate. But what I am going to do is I'm going to bring in my... that
was the remnants of a TikTok video I was watching in the break.
Is that what it was? I thought that was you making that noise.
No, it was a TikTok video.
So I'm just going to bring in my metal shim. I haven't got my big one to hand, so I'm just going to use my
It is a city and
one.
not a town, Debbie.
Well, I thought it was
a city and not a town.
But then when I thought of the song, I thought I'd said the wrong thing, because I did think a city.
I keep telling people
Little city of Bethlehem just doesn't sound right, does it?
I keep telling people I've been to Bethlehem, and I genuinely think I have been to Bethlehem. I haven't. I've been to Jerusalem, different place.
Can I tell you
they're pretty close,
a really lovely story?
Of
It's
course.
a little bit sad as well. So I think most people know that my mum passed away.
Yes.
So, but when we had to tell my little 6-year-old granddaughter Ruby that Granny had gone to heaven, her mum said to her, you know, Granny's passed away, she said, and she's had to go to heaven. And Ruby just looked at her and said, why has she gone to heaven? I thought everybody, when they died, went to Bethlehem.
Oh,
How cute is that?
so cute.
But yes, by adding that extra shim, you get that amazing embossing on there. So what we're going to do with the embossing, we're going to bring in our gold gilding wax. Now I'm using the Empire gilding wax. I have to say it is definitely my favourite, and we're just going to go ahead and lightly put this on. Now anyone that hasn't used it before, or they have it and they're a bit worried about using it, use it sparingly, because if you're too heavy-handed, it will go through the cracks onto the bottom part of there. So need to just be gentle with the finger and pop that on top. There we go. Joe's laughing up there and he's making me laugh. I don't actually know what he's laughing at.
I just literally spat my tea back into my mug. Johnny's basically saying, Johnny has another version of that story, but it's less cute than yours. So in the UK, there is a holiday park, which is very popular. It's called Haven, essentially. Yep. And when a very similar thing happened and Johnny had to tell his 4-year-old daughter, Isla, that a great grandma had gone to heaven, Isla thought that they'd said Haven, and Johnny's like, oh, yeah, she loves it there. But yeah, no, not Haven, Heaven. Oh gosh, Johnny, stop it.
We used to always go there. So this, now can you see, I've been a bit heavy-handed there, Joe, and that's what happens when you're putting too much down. But I'm not going to worry because a lot of that will be hidden. Now I quite like a lot of gilding wax, so I'm putting a lot on so it will really highlight that brickwork. I didn't put so much on when I did my demo, but I wanted to show you you could do it either way. So if you want it lighter, you can do a lighter lay down, but if you want to put loads on, you can as well. Now the best thing about this is if you use a cloth is better. Actually, I do have a cloth in my bag. I've got some bits here that I just cut up. So I'm just going to, I don't even know where I got this from, but it was like, it was a large, what is it? Oh, it was a sheet. It was a sheet off, it was a sheet off my bed, and I'm wondering why I cut it up.
A sheet off your bed?
I didn't use it. I think it wasn't a sheet, it was a pillowcase.
Okay.
It was a pillowcase.
Do you know
and
what
it was
I think
the wrong colour to my sheet.
Do you know what I think should be made illegal? And I was thinking about this the other day when I got myself in a right state, Debbie.
Oh dear.
It should be illegal to sell bedding and not put the size of the bedding on the bedding. So on your fitted sheet, the tag should say whether it's a king size sheet or a double sheet. Doesn't, not my bedding doesn't that I've got. So actually I've got 2 sets of bedding that are identical when I moved in. One is for the spare room, a double. One is for the main bedroom, a king. Well, Debbie, I was trying to change the bed the other day and nothing would fit. And then I couldn't work it out and I was trying to put the double on the king and then I thought, well, if I'm putting the double on the king must be somewhere else. Then I couldn't find the king anywhere else. Turns out I'd put the king on the double and then I had the double left over. Debbie, it took me like an hour and a half to change one bed. And then I ended up changing both beds and doing 2 sets of washing. Honestly, I was fuming.
Well, at least you did it. We were changing the beds the other day when my granddaughters were staying over, and we've got 2 single beds in the girls' room, and Al had some old bedding sets like Frozen and Barbie, and they were pink, so the girls would love them. And he'd done the bed, and what was he done? It just didn't look like I'm steaming up. It didn't look like he'd done them, but when I looked, he'd put the duvet the wrong way round in it. So it was all like dip because the long bit was at the short bit. And he was saying to me, I haven't done that. I was like, yeah, I've done that. It's really funny.
It's a minefield changing the beds, honestly.
Absolutely. Right, the next thing we're going to do, we're going to line our actual card with just the middle section. So I'm going to cut another 6-inch piece. Now this one just lends itself. I mean, this is like a desert, isn't it? It's just beautiful. It's got that gorgeous pearlized, so it's the sunset orange. It's a shame that we've got to use these pieces from the back, but it is a beautiful sort of beach card. So we're going to trim this one now down. So this time I'm going to trim this. Let me get my scoreboard. Sorry, not my scoreboard, my guillotine. And we're going to cut this, and we're going to go to 6 1/4 inches. So we're doing it slightly bigger, so 6 1/4. And then we're going to go 5 3/4. Okay. So 6 1/4 by 5 3/4, and that's going to be your midsection. And then what we're going to do with this one, by just bringing our scoreboard again, with the, you want the piece that goes across at 6'2", and we're going to then score this at 3'1". So just down the 3'1". So this section is what's going to go into the middle of your card. So I'm going to score this both ways again. So I'm scoring it one way, and then we're going to score it the opposite way. And what this does is it just makes sure that the fibres in the card are stretched really well. So they will go from one way to the other without pulling the actual card or splitting the paper. So, and now we're going to mat and layer that inside this part of the card. So what we're going to use is, I'm going to use tacky glue. So grabbing my tacky glue, we're going to use this to put our first part inside the card. So, and all I'm doing is making sure, I'm doing it central, there's a little gap top and bottom, making sure that folds on top, and then we can glue this in. So I'm just putting a little bit around the edges. And I'm just going to use my finger on this, Joe. You don't have to, but it is only water-based, so it won't do you any harm. But if you do have sensitivity in your fingers, you don't need to do that. It's just that I like to make sure that my glue is distributed properly around those edges.
Susie T says you are way too young to have a 6-year-old granddaughter.
Oh, do you know what? I had the biggest compliment the other day because I was talking to Dan down at Create and Craft, and they were talking about ages. And I said, they were talking about a particular person and said like he was nearly 60. And I said, well, actually, I'm only 8 years behind that. And they was like, 8 years? And I was like, yeah. And they was like, and they literally, it was Dan and he couldn't work it out. And he said, Debbie, I would honestly put you in your early 40s.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, and I was like, I'm 52. And I love being in my 50s, Joe.
You do, don't you? You revel in it. What is it about being in your 50s
I
you
don't
love?
know. I feel like a grown-up.
Do you?
I feel like I got to 50 and suddenly I felt like a grown-up. Although I'm still giggly and silly,
Yeah,
so
I was thinking,
I don't know.
where is this grown-up version of Debbie
up.
Where's this grown-up version of Debbie? Do you want me to crank your fan up for you?
Where's
You're right.
the grown-up version of me, yeah. It's probably, we're never going to grow up, are we? That's the thing. So, but I don't know what it is, but I genuinely, and I bet there's lots of 50-plus people out there that just say the same. You get to 50, you just feel a little bit grown up and that life's okay. Yeah, it's all okay. So, but yeah, I don't mind being in my 50s at all. But I'll take the compliments. That's always a good thing.
Absolutely. Terry Lee just wants self-folding fitted sheets. That's what she says.
Self-folding
fitted sheets.
Wow.
What is the point of sheets that are not fitted? That's what I don't get. Why would you... Some
Oh,
bedding
well,
sets,
I have a sheet that's not fitted.
Do you? But how do you stop them coming away?
Well, you don't. That's the yeah. You do them properly, but the reason I do is because you have your fitted sheet, and then you have your other sheet, then your duvet. So and that folds over it, and then in the summer you just pull the duvet off and just sleep under the sheet.
Wow. Okay. Because I always try to put I've tried to put the not fitted sheet on the bottom before, and it never stays on. Just always falls off. It's a nightmare.
Well, you have to tuck
Honestly,
it in.
I wake up, it's like the Turin shroud in mine. I'm sorry.
You're obviously a fidget in bed, Joe. Once I'm out, I'm out. That's it.
Sorry, I've really made myself laugh. I just thought of that as well. Jane says, Joe, my husband had to change the bed whilst I was away. He allowed a whole morning. At some stage he found that he was totally inside the duvet cover. He was a surgeon and said he would rather do a hip replacement than have to do that again. I had a situation the other week, the time before when I changed the bed, Debbie, that I kept taking it off. I do the inside out trick when I do mine. I was doing the inside out trick, right? I put it on, folded it all over, wafted it, and the duvet was inside out. And I was like, no.
That's how I do it all the time.
But the duvet was then the wrong way round. When it had the duvet in it, it was the wrong way round. So I took it off, I turned it round, turned it through, did it again. It was still inside out. And it was almost like a funny video, like someone was creeping into the room, turning it back the other way every single time. Have you guessed what? I slept for 3 weeks with a duvet cover inside out because I just gave up in the end. I thought, life's too short, Debbie. It really is.
Right, so we've been busy sticking them down. It will just take a little bit of working to get to fold properly, but we've done all that part now, and then we're all ready now just to put our extra bits on, and then we can start decorating all the rest and then the front of our card. Okay, so I'm going to let you catch up from here, get all this bit done, stick on your inside of your card, and then we'll come back to doing our side panels.
Excellent. Should we go and check in on the lovely Maxine and see how she's getting on over in Leighton Buzzard in Bedfordshire? I wonder if the sun's still shining over there. It's still sunny. Maxine, is the sun shining on the inside of your craft room though? Is it all going okay?
It's going okay, yes. It's the first time really that I've used Gilding Wax because I must admit I get a bit nervous about using it, so I haven't done a lot on it. So, but yeah, I'm doing fine.
Just a hint of a tint, which is lovely, I'm sure.
you want a tin? There you go.
Oh, I love the embossing folder though.
Oh, that one looks lovely.
Oh, is that
doesn't
the
it?
studded leather one?
Yeah.
It is, because I hadn't got the one that Debbie was using. So I thought, right, I'll use that one.
Fabulous. Well, it looks like you're having a lovely time, Maxine. So I shall leave you to it and I'll come back and see you very, very shortly. I tell you what, why don't I give you all an opportunity to get yourselves all caught up? So whilst you do that, let me share with you all the details of Club Inspire.
We've had to make some changes to our shipping charges and we want to keep you informed. With continued pressure on domestic shipments around mainland US, we've had to temporarily increase the cost of our regular 6 to 10 working day standard shipping service from $9.99 to $12.95 and our free shipping threshold from $100 to $125. We also have some really great news to tell you. We've introduced a brand new shipping service called Express Delivery. This is a fully tracked door-to-door service which takes 3 to 7 working days and costs $19.95. This option means you'll get your crafty goodies in your hands sooner, meaning less waiting and more crafting. We're also upgrading delivery services for our Gold and Platinum Club Inspire members who will now receive priority delivery on all of their orders. And if that wasn't enough, we've upgraded these orders to our new Express 3 to 7 day service. Your patience and understanding throughout this very busy time has been amazing. So we'd just like to say a huge thank you and we look forward to chatting to you again very soon.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
All the details there of Club Inspire. Right, I've been reliably informed by our social media superstar Rachel. No problems reported in the chats, just everyone having a nice general chit chat. So I think that means everyone's good to go, Debbie, if you are.
Oh, that's brilliant. I'm glad you're all keeping up. And actually it is quite a nice, just simple card to do with no really hard score lines or sizes. So we're all good. So I'm taking a piece of gold mirror card and I'm just trimming this down so it will, just because we don't need this size. And then what I'm going to do is we're going to take those 2 dies that we had earlier and we're going to just tape these onto our card, because what I want to do is cut these out and create a shadow effect. Now if you don't have gold mirror card, you can always use your Gilding Wax and go around the edges of these. So you could just take a little cotton bud and go around all the edges. But what I want to do is create that drop shadow. So I'm going to take my 2 dies. We're going to take our low tack tape and I'm just going to pop these onto the bottom of my card. Now it doesn't matter what size you're leaving at the bottom. I'm just leaving a bit of just a gap there so I know I can just pop them in behind these pieces here. And then I'm going to take the Star of Wonder and we're going to pop it onto here as well and cut that star out. So, and actually I think while we've got our gold card out, we might as well do our 2 pieces and cut 2 stars out. So we're just going to pop that in to cut 1 and then I'll pop that back through and cut another one, because we're going to use one for the front of our card as well. So while we've got it, although I don't know if it's a good thing, we'll probably mislay it and put it somewhere and not find it. So let's run it through and then I will put it in a safe place. So just letting that run through and bringing that out. And then I'm going to literally just, oh, it must be stuck onto the bottom. It is. take that star. I mean, that star is beautiful in itself, just that one little die, isn't it? So take these off, and then we would just cut that again. So let me get a pair of scissors, and I'm just going to cut this piece and just run that back in. I must turn my plates, like I haven't been turning my plates.
Oh, Debbie.
I'm bowing a bit, Joe.
You'll end up in the law court, Leanne.
I know. Be no good. So I'm just going to run that back through just to cut that other one. And then we've got our 2 die cuts. So taking those dies out. Got my tape, I'm just going to make sure this is run through. So this star I'm going to put right under my Gemini, okay? Joe, can you hear me? Just so, because I don't want to lose that star.
It's under the Gemini. Are you telling me or are you telling you?
I'm telling you
okay,
to remind
Johnny,
me.
it's under the
Johnny,
Charlotte, it's under the Gemini.
It's under the Gemini. Everyone out there, it's under the Gemini.
I bet Charlotte's really good at remembering things like this, you know. I don't know, I just get the impression that she is.
I just forget everything, so I just figured if I make everyone aware of where I put that star, when we come to decorating the front, I'll know where it is. So everyone at home, put your star under your Gemini.
Always pop your star under your Gemini.
Absolutely. Right, so this time we're just going to snip down here and cut these pieces out. So, and the next one, just pop them out there. Now actually what I am going to do is cut this right up to the edge, because what that means is we'll be able to manoeuvre them behind and get that shadow of where we want it to be. And it's why we haven't stuck that middle piece into play yet. So we're going to bring our main card back in, the centre piece that we did, and then we've got these pieces. So if we put them under here, we can slightly get, if we move it to the side, we can slightly get that drop shadow. But actually what I do want to do is I'm going to cut them in half, Joe. So right up the centre. I know, I'm sorry, this is cutting right through baby Jesus.
Debbie.
I know, look at that. Yeah, I'm so sorry. It's still there though, still the shadow. It's only, remember, it's only a shadow, it's not the real thing. And the reason I've done that is because we can now put it each side and we'll actually get a better drop shadow because we'll get it on this side and on this side as well. So I'm going to use our dotty tape pen. So I'm going to bring that in, and I'm going to bring in a piece of card to put underneath. And we're just going to use this to pop that in place. So the first one we're going to do is this one. So I'm just using my dots to stick over and onto there. And then we're going to pop that first one in to place. But what I am going to do is just bring it so I can see the outline. There we go. Over. Making sure that goes at the top. And then I'm just going to use my finger just to rub away any excess little dots on that piece. And it will also make sure that that will adhere beautifully. And then we're going to do the same with the other one and bring it out just so we can see the black. There we go. And exactly the same. Just give that a rub and all those dots that are in there will come away.
Poor baby Jesus.
Well, no, because look, he now looks beautiful. It's got like real halo all around there. So let me just bring in that so you can see that a bit better.
Nice. It does look great.
Yeah, it looks really nice. So because you're getting it on all angles and all the way around rather than just one side, which looks beautiful. So, and then we're going to do the same with the other die, which is, where have I put that, Joe? There it is, right in front of me. So on this one, we're going to do exactly the same, but we're just going to part that right through the sheep.
Oh dear.
Oops, sorry, sheep's in half. And then we're going to pop
what
this.
Did you say?
Sheep's in half.
Sheep's in half.
He's barely there.
Oh gosh. What is going on?
I snorted then.
What was that?
That was me snorting
Little
then.
snort, oh.
Little snort, yeah. So just pop that there. There we go. So That gives us our shadow, and then the same with our animals. Bringing that in onto there. There we go. And then again, I'm just going to use my finger to rub away any dots, because then they won't stick to anything on the inside. That's it. And you'll be able to feel them, and then that gives us that perfect drop shadow in.
Excellent.
So nice little tip there. And that creates this piece, and then we've got our piece in the middle. So we've got all those pieces. Now we need to do our side paneling. So we can actually stick this all into place now, Joe. So we're going to use our sides and stick this onto this side. Now, what I would suggest is using red liner tape. So I'm going to bring in some red liner tape, but you can use your tacky glue, you can use your tape pens, whatever you like to use. The reason I'm doing red liner tape, because it's a kinetic card that will be opened and shut quite a few times, and it's really quite long. It's quite it will hold for quite a while. So pop that on to each edge. And then I'll show you, oh, I've just cut into my card, but never mind, just gonna just pull that bit on. Yeah, just be careful not to cut into your card like I just did, but I'm sure it'll be fine. And snip them off. And then I'll show you a little easy way of how you can then position it before you take your tape away. Popping that down. Using the biggest scissors I've got here, Joe, where if I just use my little scissors, it would be much easier. So before you position into place with any sort of tape, if you just pull it back to start with, and then just use your nails to pull that out so this bit stays off, you could do that with all the sides, and that way you can position down before it goes, before you need it to go anywhere else. So just taking this piece off, I'm going to, oh, we will do it this way, to the side there, and this piece on the bottom. There's lots of... We've had them all day.
Please tell me you heard that at home. It sounded like it was in the room, Debbie.
I know, it's
was
so
it in the room?
loud. It was not in the room,
Oh,
Joe,
okay, just checking.
unless you're telling me something.
My oh my.
Yeah, all day. I was saying, and someone might know, because I know our viewers are amazing, but when I was out on the road the other week, I noticed that yellow lorries bib at yellow lorries. So I wondered...
You should start bibbing at other yellow cars.
Yeah, actually, yeah, because I have a yellow car. Perhaps they were bibbing at me.
Sorry?
Perhaps they were bibbing at me.
Maybe they were bibbing at you.
They were
Could you see yellow lorries? Did you see two yellow lorries together though, or one?
No, two. So one was at one side coming down the motorway, and I was going up, and there was a yellow lorry in front of me, and the yellow lorry over there bibbed at the yellow lorry.
Are you sure that yellow lorries don't just beep at yellow cars, and they're actually both beeping at you?
Well, yeah, but that seems like, because there was two yellow lorries, and that happened
But
twice.
you were in a
at
yellow
different
car.
times. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I never thought of that. Maybe it's
Have you tried Googling it?
Yeah, I don't know if it's a thing. Maybe it's a thing. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? I mean, I know there's that game. My kids used to drive me mad when I was little. Yellow car, no return, and they'd whack you. Did you ever play that? Did you never play that, Johnny? Yeah, it's yellow car, no returns. And you used to have to keep it. It's the first person to see the yellow car, and you'd have to then calculate how many yellow cars. But actually, there's so many yellow cars now. Am I doing this? Yes, I'm doing it the right way. I just had to double check.
No record of yellow lorries beeping at each other on Google.
It definitely happened. We need to go on like lorrydrivers.com or something.
I'm certainly not going on there. God no, not on the work internet anyway. Gosh, Debbie. You all right?
Oh dear, that's so funny. Oh, fine. Right, we are nearly there. So I'm taking my time because I think that'll just let people catch up. And then we will pop this over, and that'll be our inner part stuck inside beautifully.
Amazing. Why don't we take a... Are we taking it? Yeah. Oh, right. I thought you finished sticking it. Sorry.
Change your mind then, Joe.
No, I
Sorry, you thought
I
I was sticking. Yeah, so all I'm doing is because
sorry.
I put these little tabs on, it means you can just pull them and everything stays in place. So pulling that inside part one down and this one, and then pop those to the side.
Maybe the yellow lorry drivers knew each other.
Yeah, but that was twice, and they were different lorries. It wasn't the same company. Because I thought maybe
When else has this happened? Has this happened more than once?
Yeah, twice.
On the same journey?
Yes, it was on the same journey. No, it wasn't on the same journey. It happened once.
Well, no, hang on. Was it on the same journey or was it not on the same journey?
It was, no. So
Oh my word.
it was the same journey as in, no, it wasn't the same journey. I was thinking the same journey, like I was coming up to Durham and then the next time it was going back from Durham. So different journeys.
Right, okay.
Yeah, it was on the same trip away. That's what I was
Okay.
thinking of, yeah. So look, we've done our first part with the inside. All we have left to do now is our side panels and the front of our card. But how gorgeous is that looking? And if you've got lights to put in here, that is just going to look amazing. In fact, I think I might have a string of lights and we'll try it out in our card. And then if you've got them on home, you can try them out later on.
Awesome.
But let's let people catch up then, and then we'll get started again.
Amazing. Right, let me take you through the two ink pad bundles that we've got. So we'll start with these. You've got two different options. So let's do the Twilight first. So these ones here, and in there what you'll get is you'll get orange. You'll also get lemon tonic, Chinese red, fuchsia, and the honey pot in there. And of course you'll get the watercolour cardstock within there too. And then the other one we've got for you, sunrise, and in here you've got ocean blue. Oh, hang on, I've done it the wrong way around, haven't I? I think so. Yeah, sorry. So those ones I just shared with you, they're sunrise. I'll give you the details for those on your screen right there. These ones here are the Twilight ones. So let me just go through them. You're going to get ocean blue, lagoon, midnight, misty morning, and also the jet black in there. And again, you will receive the watercolour cardstock in there as well. Oh, all's well that ends well. Right. Let me give you all an opportunity to get yourself caught up. Here's how to watch and shop and also Club Inspire.
Hi, I'm Sarah from Crafters TV, and I'm here to show you how you can get the best deals and shop while you watch during our shows. The best way to watch us is always on Crafters TV. So head over to our homepage and go to Crafters TV Home, where you can see all of our shows, plus exclusive offers, and even shop while you watch. Now, if you want to get involved and comment along, you can head on over to our community pages. Come say hello, ask us some questions and chat along live with us. Or you can watch us on YouTube. Simply head to our Crafters Companion YouTube channel. Got a smart TV? You can even airplay our shows direct onto your big screen or stream us live through YouTube. We're constantly adding new and exciting shows to our schedule, so don't forget to check in. It's never been easier to have us in your living room. It's always fun here at Crafters TV, so come join us as we create every day. Welcome to Club Inspire, the Crafters Companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
What was that? What are you laughing at now?
Sorry, I forget that we're Mike's live. I'm just going to keep laughing because I keep throwing things in the bin. In the wind, because I've got the fan on down there.
Oh, okay.
It keeps blowing it back at me and it just keeps making me laugh. I will pick it up off the floor, Jake, I promise.
Oh, anyway, as I was about to share with you, let me take you back through the collection, because remember, if you are watching this and thinking, do you know what, as it's coming together, I think I'd really love to give that a go, it is not too late, because we still have all of the different designs that we did when we launched this, so you'll be able to grab them today and then come back and complete this anytime you like. So you've got the fairies in here, you've also got the light nativity scene in here, you've got the wise men too, also in the rooftops, and you've got the village in there also. $67.96 or $79.80. You essentially get one for free when you get them in this configuration, which is awesome. Platinum price on this under £55, under $64, which is awesome value for money. Let's cross back to sunny Bedfordshire and see how the lovely Maxine is getting on. How's it going, Maxine?
It's going very well, thank you. And it's not actually sunny anymore.
Oh no!
We've got black clouds, but it's a little bit cooler for me.
Oh, awesome. That's good. That's good. There's some serious crafting going on. Maxine, that is looking fabulous, may I say.
Thank you.
Yeah, really, really good. Are you enjoying it so far?
Loving it, yes.
Ah, awesome. That's always good to hear. Right, I'll drop back in on you really, really soon.
Okay.
Everyone says, Elizabeth's saying Debbie's giggles are contagious. I love it. What you'll notice as well is Debbie giggles more as the day goes on. So usually the last 25 minutes of the 7 p.m. show is just one long giggle. I mean, you must ache when you get home.
Must ache.
You must ache
I'm just
from all the
used to it.
giggling.
I giggle about everything. Yeah,
Abs
I
of
laugh about
steel
things on
from
the
all that
telly,
giggling.
and people will go, "What was funny about that?" And I go, "Don't you think that was funny?"
Oh, anyway, right. Any questions you got, get them into me. It's always fun when Debbie's here. Get any questions you've got into me. Crafters TV over on Facebook, Crafters Companion on YouTube. Make sure you hit subscribe too if you are watching us over there. I think we are ready for the next instalment, if you are, Debbie.
Fabulous. Yes, absolutely. I'm really loving this project. I like craft-alongs that you can just build up and get to the finish, because you absolutely do get to that finished card, and this one is going to wow anybody that you send it to, or you might just want to keep it as a mantelpiece pleaser for Christmas. So we're going to take the guillotine again. We're going to need some mirror card, your orange sunset cardstock, and some black cardstock. So I'm just using sort of my offcuts there. And then we're going to trim our gold card. So our mirror card, we're going to trim to 5 3/4. So 5 3/4, and then we're going to trim that down to 2 3/4. So 2 3/4, and you're going to need 2 pieces of that. So we're going to pop that in again and cut that down to 2 3/4. So popping that into place. So this gives us the exact panels that we need for this side piece. So just to recap, you're going to trim this at 5 3/4 by 2 3/4 and have 2 of those. Then we're going to take our cardstock. So this one is from that sunset, or whichever one you are using. We're now going to trim this one though down to 5 1/2 inches. So I'm going to take the full one here just down to 5 1/2 inches, and we're going to trim this one to 2 1/2. Yeah. So 2 1/2, and that's going to be the perfect matten layer for our mirror card. So you'll cut one to go onto here, and then we're going to do exactly the same. Pop that through, and 2 1/2, line that up and trim that down, and that will give us our 2 panels. So that's those 2. Now, while we're here, what I do want to do is cut, while we've still got this card, I want to do our front panels just to set aside. So we're going to trim this, first of all, by 5 3/4, which it should already be at, more or less. So 5 3/4, and then we need that 5 3/4 inch square. So again, 5 3/4, and that will give us our perfect matten layer for the front of our card, which will go onto here. And then we're going to do the same with this piece of card. Now we've trimmed that to 5 1/2. We just need to trim the other side to 5 1/2 as well. So we've got a 5 1/2 inch square. And that piece will then mat and layer over that mirror card. That gives us all our panels there, okay? So that's our front panel. We're going to set that to the side, and then we've got our 2 side panels. Then what we're going to do is we're going to cut 2 black panels. Now I'm going to trim these to 6 inches, so 6 inches. And then we're going to trim those down. That's 6 inches again that I've already got, so, and I'm going to go to 3 inches. So you want 2 3-inch panels by 6-inch panels. Okay, so your 2 panels there. Okay, then we can set that to the side. Then what we're going to do, we're going to bring in our dies again. So I'm just going to pop. I need the bin this side, don't I? Look, why did I think of that?
Move the bin. Yay!
Go. Why did I not think of that before?
I love how amused you are, but I'd be
funny.
really frustrated, I think, if I couldn't get stuff in the bin.
It's hilarious. It just keeps, I just laugh because I'm just throwing it into the wind and it's just blown back. Now it will go into the bin. So we've got our 2 panels. These panels are what's going to be on the front here. So we're going to cut them out. So we're going to bring back in these dies, because what I love about these is we can build these up. So popping this on the bottom. Now what I do want to do is make sure it's in line with what we've already done. So I'm going to bring this in here, because what I want to do is to have these sides. So I'm going to pop that in there. You can see exact sides. I want to bring them in line just slightly higher, because I want to do a sort of variation so it looks like we're elongating our city at the back there. So I don't want it as low as the front seam, because we want that to still pop out. So I'm going to take this a little bit higher and just do it midway between the 2 and place that onto there. And then we'll just get some low tack tape and stick that down. So I'm just making sure that's sort of straight. Pop that in, and we're going to do exactly the same on the other side. So I can take that one away, pop this one down, bring in our other die, and actually I think what I'm going to do, Joe, we're going to use I'm going to use the longer die. I think that's what I did before. So I'm going to bring in this longer die just so we've got a little bit of variation. So we're going to place this over here. So bring in both of them back. Just going to pop that there, and I'm just going to try and do it by eye so you can sort of see where we're going here, just over the top. So let's bring that into there and have that. And in fact, do you know what I'm going to do, Joe, which I did before I didn't realise what I'd done? I put the 2 pieces, so let's just take that one off. I'm going to bring, sorry, I'm changing my mind as I'm doing it. I'm going to bring both these pieces of card in and cut the whole thing across. So just bringing it across there. It would have perhaps been easier to do it and then cut it in half. So I've just, I've not read my instructions very well, have I? And then we're going to put both of those pieces all through onto there. So pop that down.
Didn't land on your foot, did it?
No, no, no.
Oh, good.
That took ages to heal.
Did it?
Yeah, it's still, in fact, the marks are still on my foot.
Oh, dear.
So when I was in before, I actually dropped the year of crafts on my foot.
The whole year of crafts? Gosh. Rhonda says, OMG, I just lost the baby Jesus. I spent the whole commercial trying to find him. He's back now. I'm glad you've been reunited, Rhonda.
Well, I cut him in half, so...
He's not having a great day, is he?
Poor baby Jesus. Right, let's bring that out and all our bits. And then that gives us our 2 panels. So take them out, take them off there. It's the other way. I thought I'd done the wrong way, but they'd fallen out, Joe. Oh, do you know when you have that minute, that mad minute, like
it was
normal?
for a second there, I thought, what's going on?
I know,
looked like a confused puppy
exactly.
for a minute.
Oh, it hit the bin. Simple things, Joe. The simple things.
I mean, as long as you can find pleasure in life's.
Do you remember?
You know, what is the saying?
Do you remember when we were in the car and I got really excited about my window flashers?
Yes.
Yes, light flashers, and you just couldn't see the funny side of that.
Debbie's got this thing, right, where if she puts her lights on full beam, like you know, like if you're driving alone, you have them on the high beam. If a car comes, it automatically dips them. And Debbie, every time they dip, she laughs. So we were going from our house, we don't live together, from the house that we stay in here, we were going to an Indian restaurant about 20 minutes away, where they must have dipped about 40 times in 20 minutes, no more than that. Like every sort of 10, 15 seconds they would dip and this would ensue. And I just couldn't, I had to like double check that she was laughing at what I thought. She's like, yeah, every time they dip.
Well, I love it, I think it's brilliant.
So funny. Do you still laugh now?
Yes. It just amazes me that it does that. I think it's brilliant.
It's very clever.
Yeah, I do love my car. So we're popping them on. I didn't even talk you through them. I was laughing too much. But we've just matte and layered our panels, which we're going to stick onto here. But we're also going to use these onto our panels for the background. So you just need to trim off where those extra pieces come. So we're going to bring our guillotine back in and just trim down those sides. So straight down the side. In fact, I'm going to bring that to the bottom so I can see what we're doing. And then turn that round, go to the top, and then we can trim down that edge right to where that palm tree goes, and that will give us our first panel. And then the same with this one, trim that side off and trim that other piece off. Just don't want to catch my tree there. I'm actually just going to fold that up so it doesn't
don't get your palm tree caught.
Don't want my palm tree leaves caught off there. So that gives us our panels. Oh, nearly threw it again into the right. It wasn't even a bin there this time. Right, and then what we're going to do is glue our panels on and pop these on. So they will fit right to the edge, and then our other one to this side. And it just, isn't it nice, Jo, that we can create that scenery?
But I feel like I want to go on holiday there, wherever this card is. I know it's Bethlehem. It looks like, I just feel like I could be there.
I'm going to switch these over.
Eating something delicious.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, I so wish we could go on holiday somewhere
too,
hot,
Debbie. Me
honestly.
Too.
One day, Jo, we'll get there.
Well, lovely Laura that used to work here with us as producer, she's in Malta at the moment, and it looks absolutely amazing.
Oh, Malta.
Yeah. This does look a little bit Maltese, yes, Charlotte.
I was thinking more sort of Moroccan.
Moroccan, yes. I'm meant to be going to Morocco in October. Fingers crossed.
Oh, fingers crossed. I'm not allowed to travel anywhere at the moment, eh?
Should probably explain, not because, you know, you're a sort of convict or anything like that. I mean, not because you are, you know, barred from leaving the country or, you know, you're on remand or anything like that.
No, apparently the president is telling me that we can't travel to the United States anyway because I've not got the right jab. So I've got the AstraZeneca. And yeah, they're not really allowing that in at the moment. So I'm hoping that will change. But I've also been unfortunate to have the jab that is, there's only 4 batches of it, but I've had one of those batches, which I can't now travel to Europe.
Oh, Debbie.
So, yeah, so I'm hoping that will change as well. You think you're doing the right things, don't you, Jo?
Oh, absolutely. You will. It'll all get sorted out. It's just bureaucracy, isn't it? You know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Karen says, I'm thinking I better start my Christmas cards now. If I wait till fall, I'll never finish in time. So I'm glad they are still showing videos on Christmas cards. It's perfect time to get yourself started. Loads of Christmas launches coming up at the moment. I know we've launched quite a lot of Christmas product, but there's even more to come still. So
yeah,
time.
Absolutely, and some amazing things to come. Right now, what we want to do, we want to make that wall elongated. So we're going to do a bit more of our embossing. This time, we're going to cut our panels here. So just going across, I'm going to measure them for you so you can see exactly what they are. And we're going to trim those down. So right across there, we're going to cut that at 2 3/4 of an inch. So let's bring the guillotine in. And we're going to do 3, did I say 2 or 3? 2 3/4 inches. 2 3/4 inches. And I'm just going to leave that at that because this will work perfectly into our embossing folder. So all I've done is took it's just over 6 inches, but I'm going to cut that in half so we can put a piece on the bottom here and the piece here. So we're just going to pop that into our embossing folder and run that through. So like I did before, I'm going to use my metal shim, but because I haven't got my big one to hand, I'm just going to use my junior one, and then we're going to place that in here.
Would you be able to just recap the measurements for those last couple steps there?
Yes, absolutely. So all you need to do then is, sorry, I did run through them a bit more, a bit fast. All you need to do is take a piece of black card. We're going to cut that 2 3/4 inches by 6 inches. Okay. 2 3/4 by 6 inches, and what we will do with that, we'll trim that probably in half, and then we'll give you the measurements after we've done some embossing. So it's just a strip of black card that we're going to put through our embossing folder. So with your embossing folder, because it's a 2D embossing folder and I want a bit of a deeper emboss into it, I've just used my metal shim, my bottom cutting plate and my top cutting plate, and we're going to send them through.
Excellent.
So through the Gemini, you might have a Gemini Mini or a Gemini Junior. These folders will all go through there, but you don't have to have this folder. We've got so many different textured folders out there and different types of folders on the market. You can use whatever one works well. You might even find that you don't want to use an embossing folder, you just got some nice papers that you want to use on that bottom. So once that's done, we're going to then just trim these to size to fit onto the insides there. So this is going to go in here. I'm just going to measure it down again for you. So from where it's, this bit is easier to do as you're going along rather than set measurements, because you might make it slightly different. And I'm going to do this one by, again, 2 3/4 inch. So let's bring the guillotine in. We're going to cut that at 2 3/4. So you've actually got a 2 3/4 inch by 2 3/4 inch. And then we're going to cut the other piece as well, 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. So you've got your 2 panels. And then we're going to do exactly the same as we did before. How did I not work? I couldn't have worked that out. It must have been 1 3/4 inches. I can't, I've even got my glasses on, so I can't, yeah, it's 1 3/4 inches. So apologies for that. At least it wasn't too small. So we're just going to trim that down a little bit more to 1 3/4 inches. That looks much better. And our other one at 1 3/4 inches. There we go. So pop them to the side. And then these are the panels that will fill directly onto here. And then all I'm going to do with that is bring in our Gilding Wax again. And then we're going to just dab our finger in. So Gilding Wax, if anyone's not used it before, it's great stuff. And I know Maxine, she's not used hers very much. So I'm going to do this a little bit more slower. When you take it out of so when you sort of scrape it onto your finger, make sure you're wiping it off at the same time on the side, because you don't want no big sort of pieces onto your finger. You just want a little bit, and just start rubbing really gently. You can start putting more pressure down once it's on, but just rub a little bit more softer to start when you're first putting that down, because it will just make sure that you can once it's on, you can't take it off, but it's better to build it up and just to get that extra detail. Now I like to do quite a lot on mine, but you can do it a lot fainter if you want to, but I think it really shows well. And then we're going to bring the other piece in and do the same with that. And then what I would always recommend when you're using Gilding Wax, and if you haven't got any Gilding Waxes, it is on the, I'm not sure if it's on the show, but it's definitely on the website.
It is indeed.
So yeah, treat yourself to it, because it is amazing. You can use it on all your home decor. You can use it on your photo frames, on any wood embellishments or metal embellishments for that as well, picture frames. And all you need to do is buff it when you've applied as much as what you want onto your surface. So I'm going to stop there, and then we're going to use I've just got a piece of cloth, which was an old pillowcase, and I'm just going to give that a buff. Once you've buffed it, it will stop it from transferring onto anything else. So that will make it nice and shiny. So we're going to pop that onto there. And then our next one, we're just going to buff this one into place as well. And it just stops it, like I say, from going anywhere else. And there we go. So we're going to stick those into place.
Works so well, that embossing folder with this particular scene, doesn't it?
It's so nice, isn't it? It's almost like
a walled city.
It is
almost.
like a walled city, yeah, absolutely. It looks stunning. And please show us pictures of what you've done, because you might have used a different embossing
Pam's already
folder.
sent us one in. Pam's gone a bit rogue, apparently. She's just
Oh, I
used
love
whatever she
that.
had. She sent us a picture already, so maybe we'll get to see that soon.
That's brilliant. I love that, because it shows you how easy it is to put together. So just there, I'm going to just give that another buff. And that does our middle section there. So not making sure it folds all the time. But you can see, I mean, how amazing is that? If I turn that round, all we've then got left to do is our front of there. But I mean, look at that, Joe. It's
awesome.
So beautiful. I mean, what a card to send to one of your loved ones. It's so, so pretty. We'll take a break there and let you get caught up on
Brilliant.
everything.
Why don't we give you all a chance to get yourselves caught up? So whilst you do that, why don't I share with you all the details of US shipping and also Club Inspire.
We've had to make some changes to our shipping charges and we want to keep you informed. With continued pressure on domestic shipments around mainland US, we've had to temporarily increase the cost of our regular 6 to 10 working day standard shipping service from $9.99 to $12.95 and our free shipping threshold from $100 to $125. We also have some really great news to tell you. We've introduced a brand new shipping service called Express Delivery. This is a fully tracked door-to-door service which takes 3 to 7 working days and costs $19.95. This option means you'll get your crafty goodies in your hands sooner, meaning less waiting and more crafting. We're also upgrading delivery services for our Gold and Platinum Club Inspire members who will now receive priority delivery on all of their orders. And if that wasn't enough, we've upgraded these orders to our new Express 3 to 7 day service. Your patience and understanding throughout this very busy time has been amazing. So we'd just like to say a huge thank you and we look forward to chatting to you again very soon.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
What are you waiting for? Indeed, get yourself signed up. Now let me just recap exactly what is coming to you in this collection. Remember, if you've watched this craft line and you're thinking, I really love to give that a go, it's definitely not too late. You can grab these products now and watch this back at your leisure whenever you wish. So let me just run through what you're getting in here then. So you're going to receive Fairies of Light, which is this one just here. You will also get this one, which is a Nativity, which you've just seen Debbie use. You've got the Wise Men. This one is exclusive to us here at Crafters Companion. And you've also got Rooftops of Light and the Village of Light in there as well. 54.37 or 63.84 for Platinum members. Don't forget, it's our bonus points event too. So if you spend 50, you'll get a 75. If you spend 75, you will get an extra 100. And if you spend 100, you will get an extra 150 bonus Club Inspire points on top of what you would have already received for your purchase. A couple of other things I want to just share with you before we go back to Debbie. We've got some brilliant deals on our matte black cardstock coming alongside some of our most popular paper pads. Get that out there, Joe. What you're actually getting in here is a great saving as well. You're saving a third. So this is the black and brights. We've also got the black and pastels. And we also have the white and brights. And the white and pastels available to you as well. All of those $19.99 or $24.95. Right, back to Debbie then.
Let's get started because we're never going to get finished otherwise. So we're on to the front of our cards. So we're going to trim our cardstock down. So the first thing we're going to do is trim our black card to 6 inches by 6 inches. So let's get that one done. And then we're just, well in fact, and then we've got another 6-inch piece. So 2 pieces of card, 6 inches square. So once we've got that, we're going to take our die cuts. Now, the bit you've done earlier, the piece that we mat and layer, we're going to stick those together and these are going to go on the outside of your card. So let's get that sorted first. So I'm just going to bring my tape pen in and just put that down the sides and have that adhered to my front of my mirror card. So that's the pieces we mat and layered earlier. So pop that onto there, and then that will go onto the front of your card. So just onto there. And then what we're going to do, we're going to take our dies and do a little bit more die cutting. Oh, don't stick this on. Don't stick this on, I've just realised what I've done. So although we've mat and laid that, we're not going to stick that on just yet. So we're going to pop that to the side and bring in this one. Then what we're going to do is bring our dies back in. We're going to cut one of these pieces into here, and we're also going to cut our Mary and Joseph. I love the way that you can do all these different things with this. So I'm going to have
different configurations for these.
So many different, yeah, which is really good. So I'm just going to pop this right in the centre of my card, leaving sort of a bit of room, because what I want to do is create a border for this as well. So I'm going to do this quite low. Now what I have got, and which I was governed by, was my ribbon. So if I bring in my ribbon, all I want is enough space between my die and the bottom to give me a little room to put my ribbon around. So that for me is perfect. So if you whatever ribbon, if you've got a thinner ribbon or thicker ribbon, just do where you're putting your die, just making sure that you've got enough room for your ribbon. And then we're just going to tape that one into place. So that's our first one. Pop that into place, and then the one where we just, there it is, we're just going to pop that above. So this will just go round the bottom, knowing that this at the top is perfectly placed, and take that into place. And there we go. Just making sure I've got that fairly straight. Straighten that up. And then we can run those 2 pieces through. Right, so that's our first one. And that's our second one. I can't believe where the time's gone today, Joe.
Where has it gone?
I know.
Who stole the last hour and 37 minutes?
Yeah.
Feels like we've been here about 25 minutes, Debbie.
It does feel like that, yeah. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh my goodness, we need to get caught up on ourselves.
Well, if we don't have enough time to send pictures in at the end, then what we'll do is obviously when you finish yours, send it in to us in your own time, and then we'll show them in the Colour Me Happy show later. Because remember, that's coming your way 7 p.m. in the UK, 2 p.m. East Coast, 11 a.m. West Coast, and we'll show them then. When you've done, take a picture, send it to us, studio@craftscompanion.co.uk is where you need to send it.
Oh yeah, it'd be great to see them. Right, so this one at the top. Now what we are going to do, you may be better, you can remember me saying earlier that I'm so much better with a craft knife. So what I am going to do, I'm going to use my craft knife to come off of here and sort of go down. I'm just giving it a sort of a wiggle as I go down. If you want to use scissors, you can, and I'm going to do the same. Oh, that's got caught on a piece underneath. If you can use scissors if you require, if not, just so we've just got a little bit of a sort of mountain top going on there, which looks beautiful. So it's just doing it by eye. And then we've got this piece here. As we bring that off, you've got that beautiful city again going round. But this time what we're going to do with this is we're going to bring this round as a bowed effect. So the piece of card that I said not to stick down, what we want is to have this round the edges. So I'm going to bring in a strip of mirror card, but we need it bigger. I thought, oh there we go, this off cut that we had here. What I want to do is to put this a little bit on the side there. So we're going to put it underneath, and I'm going to do it slightly bigger so we can put our tabs behind this piece of card. So it will all make sense. So what we're going to do is cut it to start with. So using our guillotine, I just need to make sure I don't do it any more than, let's do that. So you want it 1 3/4 inches. So 1 3/4 inches. And then this one was 6 inches, and we're going to have those tabs to go round. So I'm just going to do this and show you how much we need. So we need that to be 7 inches. Okay, so 1 3/4 inches by 7 inches. And then this piece will get stuck onto here, and it gives us that background. We can always trim this bit down, but I want to have that sort of gold on the bottom. We're going to stick this bit on to the side. So using your tape, you can go all over the back here. And stick that onto your gold piece. I mean, if you were clever enough, which I'm sure you are, you could put this on, have a bigger piece, and have your windows all gold in the middle, and then trim all around it. But I know for time we wouldn't have that much time to be able to do that. So I'm just going to go slightly up so we can't see those, and come down there. And then we're going to get our scoreboard and just score. So let me bring in the scoreboard. I'm using my big one all the time, but that's because I can't see where the small one's gone. Our Brent would have had it earlier, so he would have put it somewhere. I just need to find it. And all I'm going to do is score at each sides of where that black is. Okay. And then this is going to go round this middle section. So just around, so it creates that domed front. So
I love the shadow it casts on there. It looks so cool.
yeah, it looks really nice, doesn't it? But before we do that, Joe, I just want to put my ribbon in. So we're going to put our ribbon down. I've got 2 pieces because I'm just going to tie my ribbon in. So I'm going to hold my ribbon around here, and then we're going to pop that. I just need a small piece coming round, and then I'll cut it. And in fact, so I don't waste the ribbon, let's just bring that round a bit more. Pop that down and do that onto here, just making sure it's the same both ways, and then we can trim that bit off. And actually that piece of ribbon is probably enough, and I can use that for another time. So putting that round, so we've got our, there we go. And then our piece of card here, we want to, now this is square, so it's fine. We can then use this to put one side down at the bottom here. So I'm going to put it right to the bottom, bend that round, and just hold that into place. And you can see this is slightly bigger on this side, which means we can bend that in and then tape that piece down, and it would just create this slight bow front.
Excellent.
And then what I'm going to do is use my tape to go over those pieces, just so we know we've got a really good stick on the sides. There we are. And then pop that into place.
Looks so cool with that background paper and the extra dimension.
It works so well, doesn't it? Just really, really well. So the next thing we're going to do is our piece that we did with Mary and Joseph. So they're up the top of our hill here. So we need to cut this one down. So that's that bit done. Oh, and let's just tie another piece of ribbon around there. So just round here, and we're going to just tie it. It's the easiest way to just do that lovely ribbon and make it look like it has that little bow on the end, and gives it such a nice feel. And then we're going to do hold it together. If you hold your two sides together and then snip it in, and just remember what you want is your points, so your points coming out and your piece going into the fold, so that gives you your beautiful edges there. And I'm just going to fold that again and then cutting that down. We want to go out this time, because on your fold we always want the edges to go. Oh no, I did do it. I thought I'd done it the wrong way then, Joe.
What? Oh, you did it the right way?
Yeah, I did do it the right way, yeah, and I thought I did it the wrong way.
If you did it the wrong way, you would just be showing us what not to do, wouldn't you?
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. So that's that bit done. Then we've got our Mary and Joseph, so we're going to trim this one down. So pop it back into your guillotine, and then we're just going to trim. So I'm trimming about a ½ centimetre off our edge on one side, and then I'm going to turn it over and do the same on the other side. So just about 1 centimetre on each side, and then you can see whether that will fit inside here, which it will. It'll fit perfectly well just inside, which will go down. So that's all done, but we want to be able to get this bit looking really nice. So the next thing we want to do is to cut ourselves, and in fact we can use the same piece of card here, just trim that down. So I'm just going to trim that bit off. I'm going to use this same piece of card, so it is just an off cut of a black card. We're going to then use that to go back through our embossing folder. So just bring our embossing folder in, and this, bring this piece out. This bit's going to go in here, but what I love about this embossing folder is it's got all these different types of where you can cut around it.
Okay.
So what I would suggest is when you're doing this, put it somewhere where you can see that you'd be able to cut some nice shapes out. So I'm thinking I could come from sort of here, around here, down here and down to the edges. So I'm just going to make sure I've got that all covered there before I put it through. So you just look at your embossing folder if you've got this one. If not, you can just trim it to whatever design that you want. And then we're going to send this one through. Sorry if I'm going a little bit too quickly. I know Maxine, bless her, she is catching up with us, but she's getting there.
I guess you just want to make sure you get it all in before the end, do you, Debbie?
That's all it is, yes, because I know we're sort of running fast of time, but what I love is that Maxine's got her card done, and most of you should have your card done at home. So even if you're busy just doing these last finishing touches, your actual main card's done. And actually, if you look at it, Joe, if we just bring this round, I mean, how beautiful does that card look on its own?
Gorgeous.
It doesn't need anything else. You could just put a little sentiment at the side, and you've got the most amazing card there.
It is
so
very elaborate, this one.
It is very elaborate, yes. Sometimes we just need to be able to do a basic card, but add that little bit of sort of extra.
Je ne sais quoi. Oh, Jinx. Jinx again.
Yes, that je ne sais quoi. So we're going to pop that on there, and then all I'm going to do is use this to go around. It doesn't even have to be very neat, but I'm just going to follow some of that brickwork round. And it's just a really nice folder to be able to do that. For me, this is quite a usable folder. It works on so many levels with so many of our different dies, especially all our builder scene dies. So we can pop that into there, and you can see it doesn't matter where you put it, it just looks like they're on that brick wall. So what I am going to do is I'm just going to look at here and see that I need to take this down. So what I'm going to do here, Joe, is I'm just going to use my guillotine and trim off that excess just on the edge. There we go. And then I'm going to do exactly the same, put it back up to there, and then just see where that goes. So just on that piece there. So I'm literally doing that by eye, because this is the sort of thing, because we've used our creator card dies, or the edgeable dies, we just want to make sure that we've got enough room each side to be able to trim that down, rather than me tell you exact measurement and yours hasn't been done to that, or you haven't trimmed it to that. And then we're bringing in our gilding wax again, Joe, and just doing this. Now, if you didn't want to do your gilding wax like this, Joe, the other option is emboss a piece of gold mirror card.
Okay,
because
brilliant.
you will get a really lovely effect, and the gold will show beautifully on there.
Barbara Baldwin is asking where the cobblestone folder was from originally. You did tell us earlier, didn't you?
Yes, so it was from our apertures. So we had the, do you remember we had the aperture dies and stamps and the pages, the A4 books, where you could cut out the shapes. We had a fancy fold and a circle one.
Yes.
And the folders were with all those.
Well, they weren't the tunnel ones, were they?
Well, yeah, some people call them tunnel, the
yeah.
aperture tunnel dies, yes. That was the ones. Yeah. Are they, could Johnny look for us and to see if they're online maybe, see if they're still, I'm sure I looked and see that they were still in stock. Because I try and use things that I know everyone can at least get hold of. But if you can get hold of this folder, it's a really good one to have. But yes, if you're wondering if you might already have it, it's called Set in Stone.
Set in stone.
Set in stone. But yes, if you're wondering if you might have it, it's with the tunnel aperture
It's in
dies.
stock.
There
Whoop,
you go.
whoop.
So all you need to do
$6.99.
is type in Set in Stone, and yeah, you'll have a really gorgeous folder here that you'll use all the time and time again. So all we're going to do now is buff that up. You can see I've been a bit heavy-handed there, but I'm not going to worry about it. Give that a little buff over. Just creating that wall. So all this is going to do...
Buff it up.
Sorry?
Buff it up.
Buff it up.
Buff it up. Bum, ba-dum.
There we go. Pop that out the way, and then we're going to pop this into place. Was someone else singing then? I heard someone singing.
Who was singing?
Was that...
Someone outside.
Oh. It sounded like they were singing what we were singing, or what Joe was singing.
There's a man out here delivering a lot of boxes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wonder what's in the boxes.
What's in the box? Right, so that's our middle section done. And the only thing we're probably not going to get time to do, Joe, and that's our sentiments inside. But look how beautiful that then looks when we pop that on the inside.
Beautiful.
So I'm going to use some wet glue, and I'm going to use tacky glue because it is going to slide inside, and we've got a coated cardstock with this shiny sort of sheen on our cardstock. So I'm just going to use this, so just sparingly around the outside. I'm not squeezing too much. Don't squeeze so you get big drops coming out. You just want to put a little bit, and then pop that inside. So I'm just looking at the bottom, popping that through, giving that a wiggle down, and then putting that into place. And it just sits beautifully behind there. And there we go, Joe. So let's bring that up so you can see. We've got our gorgeous design on the front. The only thing we haven't done is our sentiments, but I'll show you our finished one, which is very similar. And you open up that inside, and it's just absolutely beautiful. But if I bring this, oh, I tell you what we haven't done, Joe.
Oh no!
No. We didn't stick.
That is not how it goes. Oh no! That's funny though. Oh no! No, it's not better. How dare you next door?
No.
What have we not done, Debbie? Oh no!
We forgot our stars.
Oh.
So we've got to
Needs
put the
a
stars
star.
on. We need a star. So I'm using tacky glue because it's not going to take the shine off. We're going to pop that just at the side for our front. And then we're going to pop one in the inside as well. So the one under my Gemini, remembered.
That's where it is, of course.
That's
Always
the
keep your
one.
star under your Gemini.
Always keep it under there. And then this one, Joe, we're going to pop into the centre. So put in our glue. Just going to check we've popped that right over here. There we go. Just holding that down into position, and I just need to take the bottom bit of glue off because I stuck the bottom with glue and I don't want that to stick down. Oh, making a mess there. Down a little bit. There we go. So we've got that gold. So it's literally shining over Mary and Joseph and baby Jesus. And there we go. How beautiful is that?
How blooming fabulous is that? I absolutely love it. Looks amazing. Right. Why don't we take a break, give everyone a few minutes just to get themselves sorted. Let me share with you all the details on US delivery and Club Inspire.
We've had to make some changes to our shipping charges and we want to keep you informed. With continued pressure on domestic shipments around mainland US, we've had to temporarily increase the cost of our regular 6 to 10 working day standard shipping service from $9.99 to $12.95 and our free shipping threshold from $100 to $125. We also have some really great news to tell you. We've introduced a brand new shipping service called Express Delivery. This is a fully tracked door-to-door service which takes 3 to 7 working days and costs $19.95. This option means you'll get your crafty goodies in your hands sooner, meaning less waiting and more crafting. We're also upgrading delivery services for our Gold and Platinum Club Inspire members who will now receive priority delivery on all of their orders. And if that wasn't enough, we've upgraded these orders to our new Express 3 to 7 day service. Your patience and understanding throughout this very busy time has been amazing. So we'd just like to say a huge thank you and we look forward to chatting to you again very soon.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
All the details there of US shipping and Club Inspire. Well, I hope you have all had a chance to catch up. Let's have a look, because Debbie's, turn the lights on, as Beyonce says. Let's have a look at Debbie's creation.
I know. Ooh.
Look.
So add some lights. And,
I know. Should we take the lights down?
Looks beautiful. You could put the lights down.
Oh, do I have to do it? Sorry. Oh,
no,
Johnny can do it.
I've not glued them in. I've just literally
Look.
put them in there. But how beautiful does that look? So
incredible.
Nice. Yeah, beautiful.
Hey,
Oh, I love
turn the
that.
lights on. So, loads of you loving this. I'll definitely be making more than one of these, says Samantha Cheney. Terry says this card is a keeper. Leanne saying that is so amazing. I typically have not used matte black cardstock, but I think this may now change. Maureen says gorgeous. Elroy saying phenomenal. Karen says it's so pretty. Loads and loads and loads of love for this. Should we pop over and see how the lovely Maxine is doing? I think she's just about there, little birdie tells me. Let's drop in. How's it going, Maxine?
It's going very well, thank you. I've just finished. I've just got to stick my bow on.
Awesome.
With my 3D glue.
Lovely.
And then that's it.
Excellent.
So that's that.
Let's have a look inside.
And then
Debbie,
that's
doesn't it
that.
look amazing?
Absolutely love it. It's come out beautiful. I love that. And that folder really does look like it's got that Moroccan feel, hasn't it? It's so pretty. Maxine, you've done a great job. So will you use in Gilding Wax again?
Well, I'll tell you a funny story. Literally 2 seconds ago, I went to put the Gilding Wax away, fell over, I tried to grab it and I had it everywhere.
Oh.
All over my hands, all
Well,
under
as
my
long
nails.
as you're okay, Maxine.
Yeah. Thank God I
dear.
didn't touch the card.
You're just like me.
It looks like craft scene investigation, I bet. There's Gilding Wax fingerprints absolutely everywhere. Well, Maxine,
I
Can I say it's such a pleasure to have you join us again today. It's so lovely having you on the show with us in sunny Bedfordshire. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I hope we get to see you again soon.
Thank you. Thanks ever so much for having me, Joe and Debbie.
You're more than welcome. Have a great weekend. Take care, Maxine.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
And you.
Right, I reckon I've just got time to run you through this deal as well. Let me just take you back through what you're going to get. Because remember, if you've looked at that card and thought, I must create that, then we've got the dies and stamps to enable you to do so. So let me take you back through what you're going to get in here. You're going to get the fairies. You're also going to get the nativity, the wise men. There is also the rooftops, and then you've also got the Village of Light in there as well. 67.96 or 79.80. Platinum price for you 54.37 or 63.84, which is excellent. Really, really great deal. Now, remember, Colour Me Happy comes your way 7 p.m. in the UK here this evening, 2 p.m. East Coast time, 11 a.m. if you're across on the West Coast. So make sure you join us for that. Debbie, what can we look forward to in that later Colour Me Happy?
Oh, lots of watercolouring. So we're going to be doing backgrounds. We're going to be showing how to use them, using our clear sparkles with them. Honestly, there's a phenomenal deal on there. So stay tuned and join us again at 7.
Absolutely. Don't forget about those bonus points as well. When you spend 50, you'll receive 75 bonus points. Spend 75, you'll receive 100 bonus points. Spend 100, you'll receive 150 bonus points. It goes until the end of tomorrow. I reckon by the end of tomorrow, when it stops, I will have just about learned what you have to spend to get how many points. But that is the way it goes, isn't it? Don't forget to check out your baskets. I hope you've got lots of planned this weekend. I'll be with you here all the way up until the end of Sunday. So make sure you come back and join me. I'll see you back here in 2 hours' time. Take care.